Hi, Raven here. Just before we get started, if you find this video useful or you just enjoyed watching, then please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. And if you wish to support me further, there's a link to my Buy Me a Coffee page in the description. Thanks very much. One last thing, you can now make requests in my Discord channel. There's a link for it on this YouTube channel. Now back to it. This video is going to cover a subscriber request, and they want to know how to use a specific explosive device to completely destroy either a vehicle or a house. So that's what I've got here, and we're going to go through it now. I have 3 different explosive devices set up here just so we can see what they do naturally, so we can compare them. So I'll just show you that now. Let's play quickly. Okay, so what I've got over here is a claymore charge, an explosive satchel, an explosive charge. So I'm going to be using the explosive charge for the demo, but we want to see what these 3 do naturally. So if I just set them off. So start with the claymore. So the claymore, all that did is pop the tyres. The satchel, that completely destroyed the vehicle. And the explosive charge, that destroyed the wheels on the vehicle and half demolished the house. So now we know what they do naturally as standard. I'm going to turn on the script. So bear with me. Okay, so let's just turn that on. So in the script, which I'll go through in a minute, there is another option. So the other option is you can allow other damage to destroy the vehicle or damage the vehicle. So if I was to use a satchel charge on this now, it's not going to destroy it. The only thing that will destroy this vehicle now is the explosive charge, but you can turn that bit off so that the explosive charge will destroy it, but so will a satchel, as we've seen it does naturally. So hopefully that'll make sense in a minute. Let's play. So we'll go in here, let's get a satchel and a few explosive charges. Right, if I put the satchel over here, satchel, so that should completely destroy that vehicle as it did over here. As you can see, it's not touched it. But if we put the explosive charge down, now the explosive charge, all that did was blow the wheels off. So let's see it now. You can see it's completely destroyed it. And the same with the house. It only destroyed it. Cook off just interrupted me. So it only partly destroyed it. So what we're going to do is put the explosive charge down. Run away. You can see it's completely destroyed it. So there's 2 different scripts. There's a script for the vehicles and a script for the buildings, which I'll go through in a sec. And the vehicle scripts, there's 2 different types. So there's a vanilla. So if you're just using Arma vanilla and you don't use any mods, there's a script for that. But if you want to use Zeus and you want to use this script, so basically once you've got the mission going and you add a vehicle, so if we add in APC, so you can add in a vehicle with this script here. it applies to vehicles that you add in once the missions are started, whereas the vanilla script, it doesn't work with vehicles you place in afterwards. So it just depends what you want to do or how you want to use it. Put the explosives down. There you go. So what we'll do is go back to editor. Just before we go through the scripts properly, what I want to do is I'm going to just show you can have some fun. So I'm going to replace the explosive type to a grenade. So now when I play, go to this box, get myself some grenades just in case I miss it. So we know full well, I don't have to do any demoing, that a grenade is not going to touch this armoured personnel carrier at all. It might at best pop the tyres, but with this script, one grenade has completely destroyed the APC. So there you go. So now we'll go through the scripts. Right, we're in the mission folder. We've got images folder. Don't worry about that. That's just got the images I had in that demo showing the 3 different explosive types. We've got 4 SQF files that we're going to cover. So these 2 down the bottom are for the vehicle, and we'll go through it in a sec. The init is just the SQF that will fire when the mission starts, and that will fire one of these 2 depending on what you want. The init player local is how we are going to deal with the building damage. So if we open up the init quickly, so there it will just simply fire one of these 2 scripts depending on which you choose. So if you want to add this script to vehicles you spawn in after the mission starts, i.e. you're using Zeus, you want this one with the suffix mod required. If you're not going to spawn any vehicles in once the mission started, then you can use that one with the suffix vanilla, and you don't have to add a mod. So that's simple. Let's open the init player. So this one here, I've done it so that it will detect the building nearest the charge. So when you place the charge next to the building, it will just destroy that building next to the charge. So the only thing you have to change, if you want to, is which explosive type you want to use, which is between these 2 quotations. That's it. So let's look at the vehicles. Let's look at the mod required. Open that up. At the top there, I've put a little note for you. So this script requires CBA mod, but will enable you to apply this to newly spawned vehicles once the mission has started, i.e. you're using Zeus. I've put a Steam workshop link to the CBA mod there if you haven't got it, but if you use mods on a regular basis, you're likely familiar with CBA because it's a prerequisite for a lot of mods. So let's just go through it. So this bit here between the quotation, that's our vehicle. So that's the vehicle we want to specify for the specific damage. So I've given you down the bottom here a couple of vehicle types. So they're both APCs. The other thing you want to change, or might want to change, is between these 2 quotations, so the allowed explosive. So I changed it earlier to the grenade just for a laugh, and I've put them down here. So that's grenade and the demo charge. So we'll just overwrite the grenade. So So that's back now to the explosive charge. So whatever one you want to put it in there. And as I mentioned earlier, this script is set up so that only that explosive charge will destroy the vehicle. Every other charge will not touch it. But if you don't want that to happen, if you want other charges to behave as they do naturally, i.e. if someone wanted to use a satchel on this vehicle, it would blow it up as well. So if you want it to blow it up as well as this, then I've put down here, replace damage unit. So replace this with underscore damage. And then what that does is that allows the damage from the other explosives to take effect, but still allows this to destroy it completely. Hopefully that makes sense. To look up the explosives, I've give you another link down here. So if you go to that website, that is where you get the explosive types, and make sure you use the names. So these names are from the ammo column. That's it. So we'll just quickly look at the vanilla. And in the vanilla, so as again, I've put the little note at the top. This script doesn't require mods, but will not apply to newly spawned vehicles once the mission started. Okay, so if you want to spawn vehicles and have them affected, then use the other script. That's all that says. So between the two quotations, that's our vehicle, so you change that as you like. Between these two quotations, again, is our demo. So whatever explosive you want, put in there. And again, if you want other explosives to take effect, then replace that with that. So that's the only difference. Okay. So as usual, I will put all this mission into a zip file, put it in my Dropbox and a link to it, and hopefully that all made sense. Okay, hope that was helpful. Good luck.